So, good morning and good evening, all. Um, Today we have Madhav Shivaji with us. This is the first session of this year, and today's topic is Sitecore XP with Sitecore Send to perform email automation. So, Madhav is Sitecore certified, Sitecore CDP certified, and Microsoft certified professional. And he has 6 years of experience with Sitecore. And currently, he's working as a lead software engineer at ePalm Systems. And today's agenda will be like introduction to Sitecore Send, then demonstration, then form configuration, moon send configuration, and personalized emails and 360-degree tracking. So we will get started. If you have any questions, post it to the chat window. We will try to answer that questions at the end of the session. So Madhav, over to you.
Yeah. All right. Let me know once you see the screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
So welcome everyone, and thanks Kushbu and team for giving an opportunity to host here. And for today's topic, we are going through XP, integration of XP with Sitecore Send, just to perform an email automation. Kushbu has already given an introduction, but this is mine. Guys can connect on with me on Twitter, LinkedIn, or this is my blog where you can see my previous blogs about Sitecore Send or CDP or anything in Sitecore. So let's start the dinner. So agenda, we'll start with the Sitecore Send, about Sitecore Send for those who are new to the product. And the second one would be for this session, what is the send use case we are picking, and what are the steps we are following in order to get the whole end-to-end thing. And the third one will be just giving a background on how the forms, Sitecore forms and configurations are done. And also after that, then we are looking at Sitecore Send configurations. Then we are looking at how the personalized emails are done in the Sitecore Send platform. And also after that, we also going to see what are the execution outcomes of those email automation shows up on a dashboard in our on Sitecore Send platform. And then we'll also talk about how we can achieve a 360-degree tracking with this whole setup. Excuse me. Okay, for those who are new to Sitecore Send, sorry, so the Sitecore Send, it was formerly known as Moosen and was acquired by Sitecore in Q2 of 2021. This is pretty much a SaaS platform which provides like multiple features around it. It's all-in-one marketing platform, and it has like behavioral analytics and tracking. It's open API and tool integrations. It also has like omni-channel campaigns. You can do website personalization, and the main purpose would be like marketing automation. So whatever you want to market, you can just automate right there at the tool. So, but for this session, we are mainly targeting around API integration. How do we integrate Sitecore Send API with our backend code, say it's .NET or Sitecore XP? And then we look at how the personalized email look like, and the tracking, how to track the clicked, or say you want to see what are the goals achieved when a certain campaign is clicked. So we are looking at that. Yeah, so coming back to the scenario, what we are doing is overall, what we have is a form which is based on a Sitecore XP. So it might not be Sitecore XP, just for our scenario purpose. So we have taken a Sitecore XP site with a form. It's a simple form. And then the send, once you submit that form, what happens is the send captures it and adds it to a mailing list. Mailing list is just like list of emails or the contacts what you send from any form. Either it can be a Sitecore XP site or any static site if you have integrated with Sitecore site. Then it also adds it to segment. Segments are the chunks inside your mail list in order to do some email, which helps in your email automation. You want to segregate users under a particular mailing list, then you can do those segmenting around it. And then automatically, because the send received new contact, it also executes an email campaign, which is kind of based on the segment and what is the offer strategy on it. So we'll go through that later slides. But then what happens is once you send automatically send executes the email campaign, then the receiver gets the email, which is kind of personalized email specific to him, which we can do it on the send platform itself, the same way how we do it the personalization on XP. We can personalize on the emails also on the send platform tool. And then if the visitor reads the email or clicks on it, or based on different scenarios, whatever we have configured, that is captured in the Sitecore as XP as a goal. So in the last step, we are kind of converting whatever we have from this automation. We are backtracking it to Sitecore XP just to see that 360 degree we can get and take from both ends. Okay, so let's start with the Sitecore form submission. As I explained, this was just a simple form builder. What we have, Sitecore form, which actually accepts like first name, last name, whichever we want to. But we have to keep in mind that there are like some default fields which would be created on the Sitecore send platform whenever you create a new mailing list. So that will be shown in the next slide. So upon the submission, it is stored in Sitecore XDB as a contact, this information, whatever you submit here. And the interest field, what you see here, that's an extra field which we created. The interest field shows the drop-down list with types of interest based on your sports. So it might be basketball or kayaking or any whichever we have provided here. So this one explicitly we made it as a custom field, which integrates with the custom field of Sitecore Send platform. As it mentioned here, so it's important for the segmentation strategy because we saw that depending on the interest what you selected here on the form, you would receive a personalized email based on your interest spot. So the images change, the text change, and whatever you have configured on the email. So with we all know that on the site, if you want to create a custom submit action, we just create a submit action on the, as we see here, we just create it and then we just give the namespace. So just to connect that code what we wrote. So the code consists of a simple method which posts data to submit. The Sitecore send API, which we can see again. And this is just this, yeah. So the custom submit action code, it's a very small code where you pick the data, which means whatever the submit form you get it. So you populate all the fields data and then you submit it to base address. Base address would be the API Musa v3, and we also have the unique member list ID and the API key, meaning whenever you have an account on Sitecore Send, whenever you create a member list, or the member lists, so you would get a unique, say, a GUID for each member list, which you put it here so that the submit action will post or put those contacts in that member list. Then the API key is unique for your account, so it's been redacted here. And then the base address is common. So what you do is, so the execute call using the HTTP client and then get the response. So that's just that. And based on the response, you just show whether it's submitted or not. That's a simple alert thing. And as we configured forms on the Sitecore XP side, we need to also configure on the receiving end, which would be Sitecore send. So we have the mailing list configurations. For example, as we see here, these are the email. We can provide any email list with any name, as many email lists as you want. With the demo version, I think previously it was called as demo version. Now it's kind of free for 30 days only. For anyone can do it without any credit card, but you get only for 30 days right now. But before it was like completely free. Now you can create multiple mailing list, emailing list, and then once you submit from the XP form, whichever mailing list ID which you have provided on the custom action method, so those contacts come and drop into those respective email list. So for example, whenever you create a new mailing list here, you get the default ones, which are like email, name, and mobile. So for our purpose, we created a new custom field, which would be interest here, as you see. So this interest should, meaning it should literally match with what you provide on the XP form, so that the fields match, and then it just populates along with it. And yeah, by default this comes, and in as many you can create as many custom fields as you want, and also you can specify the default types. There are like multiple types which you can choose from also. And then you create the segment. So as you go on during the creation of the mailing list, you get different tabs, as we see here, your dashboard, members, you can perform some bulk action. So the same way you also get segmenting. So you can create your custom segments based on in any fields of that particular mailing list. For example, if you observe here, so I created like 4 segments under the same mailing list, so demo API integration. And under that, I have provided a field called as interest from the XP form. So I also have segmenting based on that. So it's very simple, no coding required. It just populates like custom field interest is. You just type whatever you want. I mean, whatever is coming from the XP form. So if it is canoeing, then you do it. But just make sure you have match the cases of that, or you can provide like uppercase and lowercase together, or in any combination of it. So whenever visitor on the XP form selects canoeing, it adds those contact to this mailing list, but also has been segmented into under that based on if you have selected basketball, then it comes under basketball segment, but everything would be under the same mailing list. So that would help for, say, reporting purpose or some other social campaign you want to get the contacts from. So once you have those segments, we also created the campaigns associated with it. So there are multiple ways of doing campaigns. Just to show that we can create multiple campaigns, I just created like 4 different campaigns here, if you see, which are based on each individual segmentation. But there are multiple ways, as I said. So we can create only one campaign, but on the email editor, we can do personalization. So if it's a custom field is equal to basketball, then show this. So something like what we do personalization rules on the presentation. We can do exactly the same way on this too. Just for the demo purpose, I created like 4 so that we know how it works. And the personalized email. So when we say personalized, so it comes up with the Sitecore has a very good editor for the email campaigns what you create. So either you can pick it from tons of templates which they have out of box. You can select anything, or you can also do the custom one. So I just picked on random and changed some things on there. So if you observe, like they're like, if it is a basketball campaign or an email which triggers because of visitor have selected basketball in his XP form, then I just populated the basketball image here. Otherwise it was like skiing, then it was just like this, the skiing thing. So everything can be changed. So in our example in the previous slide, we saw that we had like different campaigns. This is triggered because of different campaigns, but we can also create a single campaign wherein you can just do a personalization on the image. You just click it, you say, you just give a if field, and then done. If it is basketball, show this. If not this, so multiple if conditions you can go for it. And then the execution part of it. Once you have enough data, meaning like multiple email campaigns are triggered, multiple emails, multiple people received it, they have clicked it, they didn't click it, or they have unsubscribed it, subscribed it, like multiple things which can happen with an email campaign. All those things are completely captured by Sitecore Send on their dashboard. There is nothing which you need to do it as a coding or separately configuration, nothing. It all comes with the out of box for a Sitecore Send. So if you see the overview of the dashboard page, so this is the dashboard page when you just log into Sitecore Send. So this is an overall dashboard page, meaning it shows across campaigns. So all the campaigns what we have are shown on the dashboard page where we land on. So if we observe, like we have multiple recipients and what are the click percentage or open percentage and unique opens and total opens. If you have opened like multiple things, same email, then it counts as duplicate. So all those things, literally all those things are captured by Sitecore Send. And it's just another view extension of the combined view of all the campaigns in a single view. So we have different email list and different campaigns. We don't see different campaigns here just because after 30 days, I think 60 days, we don't see before that. It only shows up to 60 days, and 60 days and before it doesn't show up on the dashboard. To look into it why it doesn't show, but there is no option to choose before that. And also if you want to, that was an overview of overall all the campaigns together on the dashboard. But if we click on the individual campaign, we can have a look at it and just get the reporting on each individual campaigning. So for example, for the kayaking case, there were like 11 people and the 45.5 click percentage opens and clicks percentage. We do get multiple reporting dashboard here. So you see like who were the top recipients. I have like all demo emails, but those are the things, and which were the top links inside your email. So even you can link, you can say which are the clicks, everything is noted here. And it also captures your locations and whether the devices, which device was being used in order to open the email. So all those details come out of box here. And for example, this one is another campaign which shows 27.2727. So this was just a comparison between two campaigns or four campaigns which I triggered. Like two of them, I'm just noting it down here. It also shows like which browser too, I guess. Yeah, the browser's location, and also your campaign status. Everything is captured by default. So once those things are done, so the people click it, they open it, they unsubscribe it. So multiple things happen around it. So now you also want to make sure those things are captured as a goal, probably in our Sitecore XP. So for our case, for every individual click on the email campaign, we also put up a small keyword, say from which email campaign is it coming from. So we can do it in multiple ways, just for the kind of ease for demo. What I did was just put a query string and then just write, okay, it was from basketball campaign, or it is from kayaking, or it was skiing. So once they click on it, they come back to XP site, one of the pages. So basketball page on a XP site. And then on that page, I had configured goal submission, which means that whenever the query string matches basketball, then trigger basketball goal, something, and skiing just triggers skiing goal. So due to that, we just get the all tracking from it went from Sitecore XP to Sitecore Send, and then the email campaigning triggered. From the email campaign, the visitor clicks, and then it comes back and hits a goal on the Sitecore XP. So you have all the 360-degree information there. So yeah, as it says, the XP knows the visitor has triggered a goal related to the email conversation, and then also depending on that, we can also personalize the things on the site based on the goals triggered, and again follow up and just present with another offer. Say if you have selected basketball, then show up basketball offers for that. So this was a very quick thing what I wanted to cover. Actually, I wanted to also show up kind of submission and show the Sitecore Send platform too, but they have revoked the things because, as I said, it was like just for before it was like completely free. Now recently they have upgraded to 30-day trial version. So now I can't even access my automation goals on that platform. So I don't have way to show it. So that was unexpected for me. This is it for today. Any questions? Anything anyone have it?
Yes, so Anvay has some questions. I will unmute him so he can directly discuss with you.
Yeah.
Anvay, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hi, Madhav.
Hey.
Thank you for the amazing presentation. So actually, I enrolled. I mean, I logged in into this Muzend, right? It was earlier known as a Muzend when it launched, and I was playing around with it, but I wasn't able to, do some hands-on on Sitecore. So that was a really great presentation. Thank you for that. I just had a couple of questions. So, does it have a separate license or comes as a part of XP, or we can have add-on license or something like that?
That's a separate one. It's nothing like a license. It's more of subscription model. So based on the needs of the company and how many subscribers do you have? So it's all based on the subscription. So number of subscribers on the mailing list decides how much money you pay for that motion or send. So they're like, if you see there, once you have logged in, you have like a pricing and model, I think one of the options. So there are multiple things there, but it's nothing like licensed as XP, but it's just independent. I never know. In future, there I was talking. They might, I don't know, but they might change around it. I really don't know about how they want to change it. I guess so. But also I wanted to say, for any your company or anyone are associated with as a partners to Sitecore, they are planning to provide, I think, a demo kind of version. So it'll be
Limit or something based on that they charge. It's a pure based on subscribers.
Yes.
As of now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And the second question I had was, So how is it different from the standard email experience manager which we have as a part of Sitecore XP?
Yeah. See, that's the main thing. So in your EXM, it's tied, the first thing, because now you see tweets, everything, composable world, you can say. Everyone is talking about composable. So now I should not make statements, but the EXM is part of like literally Sitecore product itself and XP model. But this send is completely different. So for with Send, what they might do is take out EXM and then just give as a software as a platform or software as a service, you can say. And yeah, that will be different in subscription model it by altogether. But when it comes to the implementation, you get like a lot more on the Sitecore Send, because there are like, which I liked most was the automation part of it. it's very simple. You can create automation in minutes because it has like completely generic templates inbuilt. So you just very, you can say, not the people who do not know the coding or like marketers, it finds like it feels like very easy to do it. They need not have anything about knowledge about how to do it and write it. It's very simple in that way. And I think the integration part also like literally easy. That's what I feel. Apart from
Okay.
that, I don't see any kind of major differences. It's just another email automation tool which with more features built in into it, and all these tracking features already right there onto it. And you have reporting, you can export, you can integrate with multiple your sources. You can import your sources. Multiple things are built around it.
Okay. So you demonstrated the use case with is .NET, right? Maybe .NET MVC.
Yeah, that's
So
exactly.
right. So will that also? I mean, if I want to use JSS, in that case also it's configurable.
Yeah, anything and everything. So say
Okay.
you have already a static site. Forget about JSS site for everything. You just have a static
Mm-hmm.
site, and you want to integrate this, and because you have already have a static site with form and submitting contact as whatever kind of forms we create for contacts. So you can integrate send. So there are like multiple features around send. So what you do is just like if you have worked with Google Analytics, you just give a script and then GA
Mm-hmm.
tracks you. So the same way you can connect with just a script. It automatically triggered or generate, and then you can just copy and put it or any file in on static side. Then you are connected. So you can even inject or personalize that site with your own templates from Sitecore Send itself. So
Okay.
it has that
Okay.
ability.
So right. So I mean, it I don't really have to depend on .NET even if I have any application with
Yeah,
React or Angular,
anything,
still I can use Send, right?
anything should work.
Because it's IaaS model, so they have APIs for everything.
Correct. In any SaaS model, I mean, that works like
Mm-hmm.
just you just invoke it, post that. That's it. That's all you.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Madhav.
Yeah, welcome.
So I have one question, Madhav. You
Yeah,
said it is based on subscription. So
yeah.
like, how can we buy that subscription? Do we need to contact Sitecore for that?
No, no. This is just like you access the site. I let me see if I have it open. I can share it because so it's all like yes. I think you can see it, right?
Yes.
Uh, you just log in, or you can register it, and
Hmm.
you get defined whatever you provide there. So now it's showing like this right here. So
Okay.
depending on your how many subscribers you would like per month, or you can do biannual, annual, and then it gives you.
Okay. Okay. So it will be based on the subscribers we select. The
Yeah,
cost will be
subscribers.
calculated. Hmm.
Correct.
Oh,
Depending on the subscribers we select. I don't even know. It doesn't even show me where to go. Okay, if you want, I don't know. I'm just seeing for the first time. Oh yeah, it's showing here.
that's
So
fine.
depending on what do you select here, it just shows it.
And I see the URL is
Yeah.
epalmdemo.moosend.com.
So
So
what? Yeah.
hmm,
So whenever you register for the Musend one, I think you have to provide your employer address, not the personal address. I didn't try with my personal address.
hmm,
I might try that. So whenever you do it, you have to provide a kind of domain for that when
okay.
after you log in. So from next time, it automatically creates that domain .musend.com. So whatever domain you provide, not exactly domain, it's a subdomain of the Musend
Hmm.
actually. So You just create your own subdomain, and from there you access that URL instead of the actual moosend.com URL.
Okay. So I can register for free, but and as you
Yeah,
mentioned,
30
it is,
days.
yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
Previously, we could get forever, literally
Mm.
forever, you could access. But some of the features they have is landing page. You can create landing pages. You can inject some personalization, templating, all those things. So those things were not available when you had a free version. But now they have made it as a free trial version for 30 days. So after 30 days, this is how it does it. It shows it.
Okay. Got it. Got
You
it.
can't go and access anything. Previously, at least I used to access it.
Mm.
I don't know why I don't
Yeah.
access it.
Got it. So, and one last thing from my side is, you when you showed that submit action, there were API address, API ID, and key. So, how will we
Yeah,
get that?
you come back. Yeah, here, right? List
Uh,
ID, API key,
yes, yeah, this one.
member list ID, and most and API
Moose
key,
and
right?
API key. Yeah.
Yeah. So the member list is the one whenever you log in into your platform, your subdomain Musen platform. So whenever you have registered, you will be assigned a unique key for that account, the whole account. So that
Okay.
would be your API key. So unique key for that account,
Mm.
irrespective of any member list or the subscription list, what we create. So whenever you create a new mailing list, then for each mailing list, I think I was showing it here. Yeah. So whenever you create a mailing list, it will automatically populate here with a GUID.
Mm.
So that's very much needed in order to post your contact to that mailing list. So one is you need the API key at the top level so that it authenticates with the uniqueness of your account.
Mm.
And then under that, which mailing list you want to submit those things. So that would be this mailing list, whichever you want to submit it to. So
Okay.
each mailing list will have a unique, something like each item in Sitecore. You go it,
Mm.
any random go it.
Mm. Mm. Okay, got it. And that base address will be same,
Yeah,
obviously.
that's common.
Common.
We also have a documentation around it. The API documentation, you can just search and API documentation for Mosen. It's
Hmm.
a very useful. How to even we can just play it around on the um, Postman without any forms. So that will be easy learning. Once we get it in Postman, it's easy to integrate in any form.
Okay, got it.
If you guys want to try with this, you can always hit this GitHub. I just put whatever with the package for Sitecore XP, the forms part of it, and also have the custom code on this GitHub repo, the Sitecore send.
Yeah, yeah, that is helpful.
Yeah. Anything else? I'll stop the share.
Nothing from my side, and yeah, we don't have any further questions in chat as well. So,
Yeah. Thank
Naman,
you everyone for attending actually, and thanks Kushbu for getting me an opportunity here.
yep, yeah, it was informative session, Madhav.
Yeah.
We got to know the basic of moves and sidecourse, and so yep, and thank you for taking time during the weekend to present this session to us. And thank you all participants for joining the session. We will meet soon during our next session. Thank you all.
Thank you everyone. Have a good